Good evening, friends.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, wish you warm welcome. And now we are happy to celebrate our 295th success story. Mr. Adwait Pawaskar, he is a fresher graduate. He completed his graduation last year in BMS, Bachelor in Management Studies. And then he decided to pursue the CFP certification. Definitely will ask reason why he decided to do a CFP certification. So he enrolled last year in July 2016 with our 74th batch and successfully following the you can say process or following my guidelines, and by the March 2017 he successfully completed all 4 exams at first attempt with average B grade. Okay, and then I was planning to conduct the 118 full day training workshop, so I invited Adwait. It will help you to do a revision for the exam 5, because exam 5 is not independent exam, because many of time participant has a thought process, if I am going exam 5 directly, okay, so it is a final module or it is an independent exam, but exam 5 is the full syllabus exam where testing is happened on advanced to complex level. You have to construct the comprehensive financial plan of the client. So I suggested, as you are on a studying full time, so let participate in our 18 full day training workshop. So he accepted my invest and attended full 18-day training with full enthusiasm. Then we decided the date of exam 30th June well in advance, booked the exam in last week of the May, okay, and invested approximately 200 hours time, completed required practice preparation, completed 2 mock tests, and then on the 30th June he completed his CFP certification exam 5 at first attempt with the B grade. So congratulations, Adwait. So on behalf of our CFP aspirant club participant or those who are CFP aspirant watching our video or will watch video in future, I would like to ask to share your detailed introduction, your qualification, basically what you achieved till date, qualification, if work experience, you have any work experience, what inspired to do a CFP certification, what are the benefit you have derived in your family. I am very happy to share that his parents, father Rajendra ji working with Central Bank of India as a manager of financial inclusion, mother is working in BMC. So even though this training helped or Adwait gave a lot of input to the parents, which help to take a right decision about their personal finance. So you can share what kind of the problems or what were the discussion and how you help them to take a right decision, okay, and what are the personal life benefit, what could be the professional life benefit you foresee. So I request to share some of your thought about you.
So hi friends, my name is Adwait Pawaskar. I am a fresher graduate. I have done my BMS from Keyur College, Mumbai. And talking about my professional background, I've been doing part-time teaching for 11th and 12th standard for 2 years. And the reason for doing CFP was that in my final year, like when I was deciding how should I start my career in how should I go about it, I was thinking about going into finance, but specifically my interest was in personal finance. So I used to read many books, etc., like Rich Dad Poor Dad, etc., and I was very fascinated about this subject. So while reading these books, etc., and going through material on the net, I came across this course of CFP. Initially what I thought was that I would do this course in self-study, because anyway it is a kind of hobby thing I am doing, and so self-study mode, I won't require any classes, etc., for it. So while going through researching about CFP, I came across videos on YouTube, and what I learned was that sir's approach was completely different in going about for CFP, and what I got was a kind of vision that what is the scope of this particular certification. So according to that, I thought that I should go for a class, and I met with sir, and sir showed me that what is the potential that this particular certification has, and I was convinced about it. So according to that, my journey started with sir, and talking about what benefits I received from the certification and from sir's coaching is that while doing our own planning, if we follow a more logical kind of approach and less emotional kind of approach when managing our finances, we have have we can get a very nice kind of output from it. Like if talking about my own family's example, if I say that we were planning to take a housing loan of a very large kind of amount, and it would have a very large EMI coming along with it, and future outflows would be going to EMI more and less towards our family's goals. So according to sir's coaching and the kind of teaching etc. Sir gave me, I was able to show my parents that what is our current financial situation, what all goals we have, how much money we should shift towards our goals first, and then we should consider about taking a large amount of loan for a need for a want kind of thing, that is a second home, and instead we should focus more upon our needs and goals. So that was the kind of logical framework I was able to show them. And one more advantage is that if we talk about these things to people like my friends etc. or my family, if we talk it in just like haphazard manner, if we bring up these kind of topics and tell them, then usually they don't listen. But if we follow a pen and paper approach and we are able to show them that, okay, this is your timeline, we stand currently over here, and over the 10 or 20 years time we have these kind of goals, and how we should go about to achieve those particular goals. If we show them in a systematic, logical kind of way, then they are more convinced by what benefit this particular exercise has for them. So if one more example, if I say of my friend that he is a musical teacher basically, and like same my age person he is, and like means everyone in my age 24 25 we have very large dreams and big dreams etc. we have, like we want a 3 BHK flat etc. this and that. So right now he is having credit card loans, means it is a small amount of loans, but still he is using those credit cards for mostly want kind of expenses. He is using that credit card. So I was suggesting him that usually we should, as a financial planner, I would say that don't use credit card for want based expenses, use it only if you have a need. So he was convinced about that point, but I was not able to explain him the complete message or that what benefit financial planning has for you. So when we sat down for like a one hour exercise we did, and I was able to show him that if okay, these are your particular goals that you want to achieve in 10 or 20 years, and for that how much amount of savings investments that you need to do for it. Savings is completely not doing any kind of saving, because like he is excited that he has started his own business etc. But somewhere he is not doing savings and mostly he is doing expenses. So all that particular kind of picture, as I was able to give him, he was convinced that okay, if I don't start saving more, investing more, and cut down my these kind of want-based expenses right now, I won't be able to achieve my goals in the future. So that if we hold on to goals, we are able to convince what is the importance of financial planning in life. Same thing, if I talk about my family, I was able to show them where do we stand currently in terms of our assets and liabilities. So now if they are thinking about taking a particular step, like building up another asset etc., they first go to that picture that these are our assets and liabilities. Where should we, from where we can get funds, where should we, what kind of assets we should avoid building etc. So that picture, as I was able to give them, they are at least 50% they are more on the logical side right now, making the
now they have postponed it right now, not executing decision. So if I share you, his father or parents are age of 55, okay, and they are living in a house where it is an example 1 BHK and they want to shift to 2 BHK without selling the first house, in anticipation that this house may go to a redevelopment and will be a bigger profit, bigger business. But now when you go for 2 BHK example in Mulund, which cost you minimum 1 crore rupees, and if you take a loan, okay, then you have to pay a very large EMI for a longer period, and again this EMI will come in post-retirement period, because your age of 55 plus, retirement is expected in next 5 years only. So I suggested in a first meeting itself, there is a ground rule is that one should not have a debt in post-retirement period. One can enjoy a debt, okay, or pay the debt happily in case if it is a need-based or want-based till the retirement, but one must not have a debt or paying a EMI in post-retirement. So definitely now they have realized that yes, we will first sell our the home we are living, and we will go for the only difference amount as a you can say a loan instead of full amount we finance by keeping the one home extra. Even his father has a one home in Pune also since last 10 years, and he has not given a rental also. So now what happened that in traditional mindset, if I give on a rental, chances that my home may go, okay, and he has not earned rental also, he paid regular maintenance, he has visited regularly, okay. So it is also a situation that in case of keeping that home which is not giving any yield, so it is better if I am really inclined to go for a bigger home, new construction home, I can sell my both property. So that's how I can reduce the outgo of my debt. Okay, I can minimize my loan, and once I minimize loan requirement, I can minimize my you can say EMI also. But I have seen that today 8 out of 10 people, those who are age of 40-45 plus, they are building an asset without thinking how they will repay the EMI. Okay, and then that's how what happened that you may be a asset rich, but you will be a cash poor. So you may not have you will not have a regular cash flow to fund your monthly expense or fund the children's education, marriage, etc. Okay, so that's how when any fresh when young generation does the CFP. Okay, in morning I was discussing in morning batch in 79K how you will explain to the senior citizen. Okay, I may not able to go and explain. I say that when the third generation will come, okay, at the age of 18, 20, and they learn the financial planning, they live with them, they trust this is my son or daughter, and when he or she provide the education on a recurring basis, so chance that in 6 months to 12 months, father maybe develop the thought process, new thought process, their software will upgrade. After maybe 2 years, maybe the senior citizen grandfather thought process may change partly, or maybe they will be able to understand what the new concept is that. So it is a process where it is not duty of always IFA or the distributor to educate. It is the somehow we inculcate this knowledge to the young people, and these young people will create the updation in thought process in their parents or their you can say grandparents. Okay, good. Congratulations, Adwait. So you really good job completing 4 exams, 5th exam at first attempt. So what are the as you mentioned at one point of time you wanted to do in self-study. So all of a sudden what happened that which you discarded that part of self-study and you decided to invest 75,000, because I know that you have enrolled in both classroom and video learning. Okay, so at the time it was 75,000, now we have increased to 90,000. So why you motivated your parents, because your parents have finance, so to invest the 75,000?
The reason was that I came across your videos on YouTube, and the kind of people that were discussing about CFP and how they are approaching it in their field. Like the first video which I saw was of Ms. Charmisha and her father. So they were telling that how they are able to convince their clients that if that these are your goals and how you are achieving. So what I was able to see was that the CFP coursework which I was seeing on the site, this was like a theory kind of thing for me at that time. So when I was seeing that the way you were approaching the whole certification, and you were having all your students coming and discussing how they are going to apply it in the future, so I thought this would be helpful for me in a professional kind of way. Instead of just doing it theoretically, it won't be of any benefit to me. So I thought that I should contact with you and go for it.
Okay, good. So now, if I ask you one more question, okay, there is a one problem I am getting from the CFP aspirant. I am asking on behalf of CFP aspirant queries. Okay, those I receive regular on a phone. Okay, sir, there are 5 exams are there. What I should do? Shall I go one by one each module exam and complete in 9 to 10 month period, or what I'll do? You suggest that you complete first training okay, and then go one by one exam. So why we have to you have to explain why we need to go for the full syllabus learning first and then one by one examination.
So I think, according to me, what the reason is that if we go through the whole complete syllabus first, we get a picture that this CFP is not just about the particular module exams or the exam file. It is about the complete kind of knowledge that we are able to, that we have to give to the client. We should be studying from first module itself from a client perspective. Like for the exam file, if you think that we are there to solve the problems or sums, then you won't be able to solve them in a right kind of way. The thing is that we are solving the problems of a client. So if we complete the whole syllabus first and then we go for the exam, we have a complete idea that why we are doing particular insurance planning for a person, why we are doing a particular retirement planning for a person. So that whole picture if we have, then only we will be able to solve the each and every module as well as the final exam problem.
Okay, so message is very simple. I would like to reiterate once again to the all CFP aspirant. Key objective is to get the first domain expertise on subject matter is more important than the particular passing exam. Okay, so when we forget about the exam and our objective is to learn the process, practice the learning, practice in the completing the required assignment, practicing with the client or friend, family members, practical application. So your objective is to learning the subject matter and achieving the domain expertise. And once you have achieved the domain expertise during the 5 to 6 months of your training, whether it is a classroom or a combination of classroom and video learning or video learning, then definitely passing the 5 exam, or if you are eligible in challenge pathway exam 5 in another next 4-5 months, it is the easy thing. It will not require any additional effort because you have got the domain expertise, you have learned, you have practiced thoroughly, you are applying with the client. So when you go in exam, you will find 8 out of 10 questions are client problems, and these are the problems you have to solve the client problem. Okay. Now, as you have completed your CFP certification after your graduation, what kind of where do you see yourself after 5 years, 10 years down the line? So any thought process you have developed?
5 years, I have planned that I would take industry experience in financial planning first and into wealth management, and then in the future I am planning to start my own independent firm.
Okay. Any specific reason? Because your parents are a government employee. Okay, and I know that by Maharashtrian, they are more into traditional kind of thought process where they like to have a job security or maybe some kind of safety cushion. So why you are planning to go for the independent advisory?
It is a thing like means first of all, maintaining my own finances was like a very exciting kind of thing for me, and if I would be able to do it for someone else, that it would be a kind of thing which would make me feel happy each and every day. It would be something that would help me live a fulfilling kind of life. So I thought that why not do a career or job or a business in that field itself, which I'm like.
So please understand, whether you work with the organization, you have to meet the client and you have to help client to achieve their financial goal. So it is whether you are working with corporate, it is a client acquisition, client advisory and client retention. So if you have completed the required 5 years of experience, and if you know that there are set of clients are ready to go with you because you have provided good advisory when you are working with the organization. Now if you set up your own independent advisory and distribute the financial product, or maybe charge the fixed fee based on your total qualification and work experience. So if you can find that you can do a better justice to your client and earn a better in a long term period. So that's how many people at a young age, after completing the 5 years, 10 years into corporate experience, they moved into independent advisory, and they have created the even corporatization of independent advisory. It is not limited to a one-man show. It is like they have a initial one office having a 2-3 manpower, then they have multiple office also, and they are having right now so starting from 100 crores to 500 crores of mutual fund AUM, so which will translate into huge income for the organization, or their as a income for the independent advisors. Okay, so now as you are representing basically fresh, you can say graduate today. We know that the CFP certification start from 12th standard only. Okay, and we know that the parallel education is must right now. Basic education is give you a foundation, but parallel education, whether you do a CA, CS or CFP or any kind of which is the area of interest, which will give you a better opportunities in your professional career. So what one message you would like to give the those who are completed 12 plus standard in specifically in commerce stream, or they are looking apart from even science stream also, because CFP will give you both benefit, personal as well as professional. So what is the one message why they must do a parallel education, and one of these, if they are not interested in CS right now, why they should do a CFP?
If you talk about doing CFP, that if you have interest or inclination towards personal finance, then definitely you should consider CFP, because there is a very huge kind of tremendous kind of need and opportunity for this business in our country, and people are not aware of how to manage their finances. There is a tremendous requirement for education in this particular field, and this is something that people are not aware. So it is like a huge kind of opportunity for you if you consider doing CFP as a parallel kind of education, apart from your traditional courses, CACS, in which everyone is going right now. So if you have that much desire, or what we can say inclination for this particular subject, definitely you should consider it from the 12th standard itself.
So what are the benefits you will get when you join after 12th standard or after graduation in CFP in personal level? If I write, his father shared one, because we invited his father when we conducted 18 full day video learning to share the parents feedback. Definitely we are not putting this video into public domain because of the confidentiality of information. So he shared one feedback to us. Earlier when there is a dedicated amount of pocket money is given to the Adwait, earlier it was completed well in advance. Now he is ensuring that this particular pocket money runs for the particular period, 1 month period, and even he has saved out of that pocket money.
Yes.
So that is the one I shared from your parents' feedback. But what are the key learnings when you do a CFP certification? What changes as a fresher student, 12th standard or college graduates? What you expect change in your thought process, which will help you in your career?
Like my own personal example, if I tell, like sir shared that initially I used to do saving, but thing was that for some or the other discretionary expense I would spend that saving. So right now what has happened is I have a particular kind of understanding that these are my particular short-term goals. Like I want to do some kind of education, professional education in the next 1 to 3 years. So I would require funds at that time, and it is high time that I shouldn't depend on my parents for funding those kind of courses, etc. So even if you are a 12th standard person, student, etc., then even you must be having a desire that yes, I want to become as far as early as possible. I can be financially independent at least for my education goals, etc. So what the benefit that you would get from it is that you would understand what your short-term goals are, medium-term goals are, etc. You would be more logical in approaching approaching money, etc. Money matters, and like I said, that as far as possible you would have this kind of desire in you that you want to become independent financially from your parents. How you can reduce the burden on them for funding your education, etc. Like that is the one benefit that I think it might be something that they might get from the CFP certification.
Good, very good. So I recollect one basically participant feedback. Sanika, she is a first year IT engineering student. When she joined last year, you can watch the video also, Sanika Bivalkar. And when her father decided कि you opt for the training, CFP training, and she also decided, yes, let me meet and learn. So now what we have understood that when any 12 plus standard or graduate student go through the personal finance knowledge, so this will give the first immediate benefit is that ki, earning income is not only a primary requirement. It definitely is primary requirement, but it is not the only requirement. One is the I need to earn an income. Second, I need to save at least 1/3 of that income to save for my future goal, like maybe short term, medium term, long term, which could be the better products to achieve that goal with safety, liquidity, and tax efficiency. So what I can assume in layman terms, if two graduate, okay, they complete their particular graduation, okay. Example, I say, let's say I am Ahmedabad or IIT, they have completed their graduation or post graduation, and after 30 years they meet. Okay, one has either that first one has a opportunity to interact with the CFP, or he gone through the CFP training. So chances that after 30 years the A will be having at least 10-20 crore more corpus than the B who doesn't have a personal finance knowledge. So that's personal finance knowledge help us to reduce our discretionary expense, lifestyle expense. It helps us to think logical instead of emotional and the status oriented. And so once we think logical, less emotional, automatically we'll be able to save more amount. Okay, and this amount, when we know about the product profile, we invest into the suitable products which give this good return. So we'll be able to generate the corpus for our goals. So we can live a far better, happy and peaceful life when we are having the knowledge of certification, personal finance, instead of only knowledge into the particular domain, like someone has a medicine, someone has engineering, etc. So I thank you, Adwait, for coming and sharing your success story and basically inspiring the 12 plus or college going student to think about some kind of parallel education, and one of the option is to do a CFP to achieve their to start their career at a better salary and achieve the next level in their career and professional and personal life. So I thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.